Thank you. As we prepare, when suddenly there is the sound of low-flying planes circling overhead, you become aware that there is something falling from the sky, and when it hits the ground, you realize that it's a bomb. As the sound of weeping and wailing begin to drift through the shattered glass of your windows, you stand starkly to check on the status of the rest of your family, when suddenly your front door is burst into by men wearing uniforms. If you are a male, whether you're very young or very old, you will be slaughtered. And if you are a female, a young girl, or an old woman, you will be raped. You will perhaps be stripped of your clothing. Your house will be burned, as will in your entire neighborhood. And just imagine that you are wandering the town, the city, perhaps naked, surely afraid and ashamed. And when they target you and people like you, you will know that you are a victim of genocide. That is the experience of the women and children and men that I met when I went to Darfur. I sat in a place very different from this scene today. Sat on a dirt floor of a straw hut, surrounded by a half a dozen women. Karima was the first to speak. She had delivered a baby 2.5 weeks earlier when the Janjaweed invaded her hut. She saw her husband, Omar, butchered. They then turned to her, and she was raped at knife point by 3 men. They then looked for the child. If the child had been a boy, they would have killed him too, but it was a girl. And they said they would spare her life. And then they said to this woman, fresh with the indignity of her own rape, "We will come back to get her later." That is the ugly picture of genocide. And I only knew to say one thing: Ana Asif, I am sorry. And so together we held hands and embraced and cried together, "I'm so sorry." Today, we come to honor the dignity of women like Karima. We gather as a rainbow assortment of men and women of every nation, every tribe, every hue, to mourn the loss of the Omars. Some 450,000 dead, 2.5 million displaced. Our international leaders continue to engage in pitiful hand-wringing and pathetic head-scratching. That is tantamount to complicity. We've come here today to say that we will not take part in such inaction. We've come here today as a rainbow assortment of everyday people, from the ovens of Auschwitz to the hills of Bosnia and the bloody riverbeds of Rwanda. Save Darfur!